right, guys, now look, we're going to do another one of these sort of real-time painting investigations. I have a bigger one this time, and one I already know is a watercolor. Look, we used this chimney as an example in the blog post. Let's see, I know we're sort of like funny in this. There's signed up here. It was also signed down here in watercolor, but it wasn't visible. So it looks like she did it again up here in pencil. I already know this is a watercolor. This is another one of those frames exactly like the one we had on Saturday. And it's so nice. Look how nice this is. I'm going to keep this, but I am going to take it off of the cart. Well, I'm not going to take it off right now because it's really stuck. It says with the title, artist, medium, what it cost originally framed. It has the name and number of the frame shop, which is awfully convenient. I know we're upside down, but you know, just imagine that you can read upside down. And so basically what we're going to do here is just like we did before. We're going to take these guys off. These, do you see how short these little screws are too? It's funny. They're not really, like once you give them a couple turns, they're not really holding anything together. I had this moment when I flipped it over earlier where it's like, oh, maybe I'll just lose the whole thing. So this is a pretty large watercolor, which for any, you know, as I said in my blog post, you know, I like the watercolors because they're sort of perilous, you know, and, you know, you kind of mess it up, you've messed it up forever. And there's some things you can do to fix it, but, not a lot. So a large watercolor is quite something. And, you know, I mean, like the person I learned watercolor from is sort of, she's sort of famous, Sandra Freckleton, for doing these really large, very photographic watercolors. And it's just like a magic trick. Let's see, look again, same thing. All this jingling and falling apart. Oh dear, masking tape, see that? I don't know if you can see it, we're all in frame. I noticed the other day everything was not totally in frame. The dog's pushing me out of the way because something interesting is happening. Let's see here, look, I'll turn this so you can see her. Here's this fun kind of 1980s label. We have whatever backing board this is. Oh no, masking tape. And look, you can see these little pin marks from where the artist pinned it to a board instead of taping it down. It's sort of, that's a choice. And we're gonna try. You see, the nice thing about masking tape in a way is it kind of just corrodes. I'm sure anybody, you know, as a lot of you know, I'm a big needle pointer, and anybody who has done needlepoint has had that moment with their needlepoint where the tape falls off of it and you have to retape it. So the lucky thing here is that it's not really sticking. You see how it's like gets powdery? It's leaving powder down there. I don't know what you could see. I'm like doing this totally blind, unlike my cooking videos where I can see what I'm doing, but y'all can't see what I'm doing. So maybe this is better. This is interesting too. This is definitely good cotton paper. Dog's pushing me out of the way again. Sorry, Winston. I didn't know I was in your way. And you see, you can, I don't know if you can see this, but we'll hold it up in a second. All that tape. And that's the kind of thing, you know, you can get that off pretty easily. So this is a good piece of paper. You can see that kind of pebbly texture. And the big reveal. Do you see there's some like watermarks there where there was not like the watermark kind of thing. You can see through it. Oh, this is nice. This is a really nice watercolor, you guys. Oh, I love this one a lot. You see, look how interesting this is. You can see it a little bit better up here in the wash and the top. This is a really good, smart watercolorist. Doing these kinds of hard edges, but also this wash, that's not the paper. A lot of times with watercolor, the white is the paper, but this isn't white, is it? This is an evening or morning sky. Look, it's morning. The name of the painting was like, what was it? Evening Lights. So So look, it's just starting to get dark and people are turning their lights on. Really lovely. Really, really lovely. I love this. And look, I also love, this is the kind of thing where, you know, with real art, you get that human hand. She was doing calculations. Beautiful. Love it. And look, I mean, also, maybe this is the reason they put a mat over it, because the paper's not even at the bottom. You see that? So cool. I'm going to do a little research on her, and, you know, I'm just thrilled to get something that's going to be fun to look into. And I just love her work with the sky.